friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about homeschool binders. This is the first year that I have put together a specific binder for each of my kids, and I'm just going to show you what I included in each one. So this is going to be different for every different homeschool family, just depending upon the types of things that you want your kids to keep together in a binder. So I'm going to do some close-ups of this as well because it's kind of shiny and I don't think it's going to translate very well. But I just went on Canva. Canva is my favorite design app. I pay for the premium, I don't know, it's like a monthly fee, and it gets me a lot of extra stuff that I use for YouTube. I use it for my Etsy shop. I use it for homeschool. Highly recommend Canva. Very user-friendly. And I actually like the app better than I like the desktop version. So, okay, so came up with a cover for each kid. This one is Journey, my oldest. She's going to be a sophomore, and she is the one that is not home as much with us as the other two children are. So I thought it was really important for each kid. My husband and I prayed about a verse for each child. We put some thought into it, some prayer into it, and came up with a verse for each child. So Journey's verse is Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. That's Journey's verse. Then we have a monthly calendar, and I just stacked them behind each other here. And this was like a blank calendar. I went through and filled in the dates. And basically what I wanted this to do was, since we do the public school as well as homeschool, we just follow the public school's schedule. I've always done that since we homeschooled, even when the kids were little, because we lived in a neighborhood and it was just easier when the neighborhood kids were off of school if we were off of school. And so that's just how I've always done it. It works for us. And now, because the kids play sports with the public school, we really just need to follow their schedule. So that is what this is for, because I'm tired of every child asking me what the schedule, like when is Thanksgiving break, when is the half day for blah blah blah. So all of that is in here. And then I just put, for our homeschooling purposes, I put when the end of our quarters are. So like the end of our first quarter is Friday, November 4th. And as a note, I went through their schoolwork. The ones that we either get really ahead on or we have some catching up to do, which tend to be math and LA. LA we always finish super early, and math lingers on for a while. So I decided to go through, count up how many lessons each kid has, which it's different for every grade. If you're new to homeschooling, you might not realize that, but by the end of the year, everybody's kind of staggered because no curriculum has the exact same number of lessons in it. So this is Journey. So for Journey, I just made a little note down at the bottom here, and I said, make sure you're done through lesson 6 in geometric fundamentals at the end of quarter 1 in math. Now for LA, for her, she uses the good and the beautiful, and she is responsible. There's 10 units, and she's responsible for pacing that out herself, and she did that just fine last year, so I'm just going to let her do that again. And math has lingered on for her. We've just been kind of taking it at a slower pace so that, which I like the kids to do math all summer long anyway, so it has just taken her all summer to finish up Algebra 1, which is fine because then she'll be fresh for geometry starting at the beginning of the school year. So that is all of the months just in that one, what are those things called? These clear things. My mind escapes me. Page protectors? Okay. Then I wanted them to have a reading log which this is just to keep track of the books that they read. Both she and Jalea have quite a few books in their curriculum this year, and so I just thought that that might be a nice thing to keep track of it and look back on at the end of the year and be able to see how many books that you have read. Then all of this comes from Canva. I found these book reports. And so I just thought, and then there's a bunch, you know, there's all stacked in here. There's a bunch of them. So I just thought it would be a nice thing. And this is so that I can make sure that they have comprehended the book that they read. So they're just going to do super simple. It's not hard at all, but a little book report. Has the book title and author, the genre, a rating from 1 to 10, how they would rate the book, plot summary, setting, characters, themes and symbolisms, analysis, and conclusion. So it is not going to be super difficult to do that at all. That is all I have in her binder so far. I probably will add some more things as we get into the school year, but this is also a great place. I plan on having them, like when she needs something graded for LA or for science or whatever, I'm going to have her put it in here, and then she'll just let me know when something needs to be graded, because sometimes we just have like loose papers down on the homeschool table or whatever, so if she puts it in here, then I can know where it's at. And we'll be able to, I'll be able to grade it very easily that way. So this one is Jalea's, and same thing, we have chosen a verse for her, and hers is James 1, 2 through 4. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. That is her verse. I don't know if it's going to be for the year or like for the semester, but we will see. Then, as I was going through Jalea's math, we have switched math curriculums now 3 years in a row. And, you know, always trying to find that math that will work for your kids. And so when you switch curriculums, sometimes you have to start in different places in the curriculum, and that's what's happened this year. So in CTC math, after 6th grade, it just kind of labels it with what the math is, not the grade. So I actually went through and wrote this for her, because she will skip some of the stuff that she's already done, and then she will need to do some of it that she has not done already. So like in the basic math and pre-algebra, there are some parts I would like her to do before she gets to the measurement and geometry part. So she has that in her binder. Again, same thing with the monthly calendar. Same difference. The only difference for her is I did go through and I did her math, so she has by the end of the first quarter what math lesson she needs to be through. And then she needs to be done with lesson 35 by the end of quarter 1 in her LA curriculum, which is the Good and the Beautiful. And then also, because she has so many books with her curriculum this year, I thought it would be good to give her a pace to go on. So she needs to have completed books 1 and 2 of the reading challenge by the end of the first quarter, and that's for her LA. And I will probably help her with an order of books. We'll just put a post-it on the book covers, you know, because I think she has at least 8 or 9 books. Yeah, I think she's got 9 books this year. So she's a pretty quick reader, but just to kind of help pace herself, I thought that that would be a good thing. She has the same reading log to be able to keep track and look back on. And then she also has the book reports, different color here, same exact book report. Then, because I help my oldest daughter in the morning before she goes off to the public school, and so there is some time in the morning where the other 2 are doing independent work and they get it done, and then they're like waiting for me to do the group stuff. So I made up a list of things to do while you're waiting for mom. So for Jalea, we have these Knowledge Genius books. They're like these encyclopedia quiz books. She can do those. She can practice her percussion instruments for band. They have a daily chore, which they know where to find that. They can do their daily chore. She can practice her ukulele. You can walk or run on the treadmill that we have in the basement. In this fall, she's wanting to get in shape for basketball, which is her winter sport. Then we have these Welcome to the Museum books downstairs. I'll try to link a video here, but I've shown those books many times. They're just a really great book. Really nice picture book, has lots of information. Well, as a little incentive, some might call it bribery, and I just call it healthy incentive, let's call it. So if she would like to, both she and Jericho do not really enjoy like the art part of things, and so it's kind of something that they need to work on. So this year I thought if they want to take one of those Welcome to the Museum books, and if they would like to pick out a topic in there, if they would like to do an art page, so trace it and then color it nicely, and then write like 10 facts that you found interesting from that section, then they can turn those in, and if they've done a good job, I will give them $1. They are very motivated by money. They're always trying to come up with extra jobs for money and stuff. And I thought, well, why not incorporate that into a little schoolwork? And of course, that's completely optional, completely extra, but it would be a way for both of them to be a little more creative, because neither one of them enjoy the arts and crafts portion of schoolwork. Then they can watch a documentary from either National Geographic. We have lots of streaming documentary options. So that is Jalea's binder. Then so she's 8th grade. Then Jericho, this is his binder. He is going into 6th grade. His verse is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Again, the same monthly calendar that he has, and I did go ahead and do his math and his LA, so which lessons he needs to be done with by the end of the first, second, and third quarters. So he has that, and then he has just a little bit different of a reading log. I actually need to print him out a second one because I forgot to do that on the other side. And then he also has some book reports, just a little bit different. His is a little simpler. Title and author of the book, where was the story set, identify the main characters, does the main character have a problem, how did the main character solve that problem, what did the main character go through to solve the problem, what was your favorite moment in the book, and what was the lesson of the story. So I thought that that was more appropriate for 6th grade versus my 10th grader. So he has a couple in here. And again, that's just a good checkup to make sure that he has comprehended the book that he has read. And then for him, I also have a things to do while waiting for mom. He can do the Knowledge Genius books. He is also in band this year, so he can practice his trumpet. He has a daily chore that he can go look up and do. He was on a puzzle kick for a while, and he hasn't done a puzzle in a long time. So I would like him to do that again if he has some free time. He has a punching bag down in our storage room, like where my workout stuff is, so he's welcome to go in there and do the punching bag. He can also walk or run on the treadmill. He and Jalea also actually he got it for his birthday. It's called Dribble Up. It is a basketball, and you pay for the app every month. And you set your tablet or phone on this little stand it comes with, and there are dribbling drills that you do with this basketball. So both of them can actually do that as well. He can also do that Welcome to the Museum book art project for $1 and watch a documentary. So a little bit different, but very similar to Julia's. Then he almost has all of his states and capitals. He's really close, but I thought this would be a good thing for him to have in this binder. So when I tell him, you know, he's got a puzzle he can do, but maybe he just wants to do it on paper, but he can take a dry erase marker. You can't see that, but I will show you close-ups. He can take a dry erase marker and go through and find all of the states and capitals and write them in here. And again, I just found this on Canva. I found everything on Canva. I did have to, there was only like 1 page of this one, so I just had to make extra copies and put the states and capitals in it, but it really was not that big of a deal. So I'm sure I will add stuff to these binders as the school year goes along. I do know one thing I'm going to add, but I just don't have their school schedules yet, the public school schedules for when their band classes, but I am going to put an order of schoolwork, like what order I want them to do their schoolwork on what day, because it is a block schedule for the public school, and so they won't go to band every day. There will be like an A and a B day, and so we do, like, we flip-flop history and science, and so I still have to figure all that out once I know when their band class is, but I probably will include that sheet in here. Just at least they'll reference it the first couple weeks of school, and then after that they won't need it, but at least it'll be in there for when they need it. So this is the first year I've done this. I hope this was helpful to you if you are looking to try to have a homeschool binder. Again, you can put anything in it that you might want, but these are just some of the things that I wanted them to have in their binder this year. And I would love to hear in the comments down below what you're adding to your binders, if you're doing binders. Not necessary, but it's a fun addition, because I'm always looking for new ideas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will talk to you in the next one. And also, if you commented on my previous homeschool videos for the timeline, the winner that I chose has not responded to the comment that she won, and so go back and look at those videos that you commented on, and if it's you, DM me. Otherwise I'm going to choose a new winner, because I would like somebody to have that timeline. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll try to stick a video here of the it's in the curriculum videos that I did. So hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!